Today, Donald Trump's current wife said this.
I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998.
The 2002 email that Melania Trump sent to Ghislaine Maxwell shows no indication of being a reply, as she claims that it was. But Ghislaine Maxwell's reply to Melania Trump's email does show that that is a reply. Here is Melania Trump's email in full to the convicted sex trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell, who she says she had no relationship with and was not friends with. Dear G, exclamation point, how are you? Nice story about J.E. in New York Mag, Jeffrey Epstein, that is, in New York Magazine. You look great on the picture. I know you are very busy flying all over the world. How was Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you're back in New York. Have a great time, exclamation point. Love, Melania. In that 2002 story about Jeffrey Epstein in New York Magazine, Donald Trump said, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. Melania Trump's suggestion today that Epstein survivors testify to Congress got this reply from 15 Epstein survivors. Survivors of Jeffrey Epstein have already shown extraordinary courage by coming forward, filing reports, and giving testimony. Asking more of them now is a deflection of responsibility, not justice. First Lady Melania Trump is now shifting the burden onto survivors under politicized conditions that protect those with power. The Department of Justice, law enforcement, prosecutors, and the Trump administration, which has still not fully complied with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. It also diverts attention from Pam Bondi, who must answer for withheld files and the exposure of survivors' identities. Those failures continue to put lives at risk while shielding enablers. Survivors have done their part. Now it's time for those in power to do theirs. And back with us is Congressman Ro Khanna. Congressman Khanna, you got the Epstein Files Transparency Act passed. You got the files released, as much as have been released. What was your reaction to what Melania Trump said today?
There were 4 words that the First Lady uttered that were incredibly important. She said, quote, Epstein was not alone. And survivors have been texting me about that because, remember, Donald Trump called these survivors a hoax. He has insulted the survivors. And the First Lady is basically acknowledging that there were more men other than Epstein who raped or abused these women. And that means that the entire investigation is legitimate. She needs to call on her husband to get the remainder of the files released. She needs to call on Blanche to have investigations. And the survivors are absolutely right that the burden should not be on them. After you introduced me to Bradley Edwards, they did their part by having 2 press conferences at the steps of the Capitol. They don't need to do more.
So we're running all these photographs here of Melania Trump not being friends with Jeffrey Epstein. That's a picture of her not being friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. We have pictures of her not being friends with both of them. Very important to consider when you consider what she had to say today. So the committee, the Republicans on the committee, subpoenaed and forced former First Lady, former Senator, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to testify to that committee about Jeffrey Epstein. She had a very simple line of testimony about Jeffrey Epstein, which was, I have never met Jeffrey Epstein. If the standard for testimony included Hillary Clinton, should Melania Trump be subpoenaed to testify to that committee to say what she apparently was trying to say today under oath with questions?
Absolutely. And here's why it is so relevant, because she's saying that Epstein did not act alone. We need to ask her, who were the other men that she believes may have been involved in raping or abusing these young girls? What did she know? Did she know about any young girls being abused? Did she know of other men talking about the rape and abuse of these young girls? She has relevant information. If she didn't have relevant information, how could she say that Epstein was not acting alone? So it is relevant to the investigation. Hillary Clinton was a total witch hunt, in my view. I mean, I thought President Clinton should have been asked questions, but Hillary Clinton had nothing to do with it. But Melania Trump actually does, and she should come and testify in front of our committee.
Congressman Ro Khanna, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.